Well, it is kind of like we're at your house and your mom brought out the cookies and we can't say, ooh, this lemonade tastes like perhaps your parents had a part. Well,
Wow.
Phil, I had I had a girl day party with my birth friend. I had a birthday party when I was a child, and apparently someone had urinated in lemonade the night before at a party my parents were giving. The bowl was brought out to us children. I sniffed it. I said, all of you, all of you out there, don't move.
Now, what is this, a birthday party?
Yes, this was my 9th birthday party. I told all the children at the table to freeze.
You were 9.
I think I've just said that.
Yeah, but she's 9.
All right. I said, everyone freeze, don't move. I sniffed the bowl again, and I said, my God, Mr. Darps relieved himself in this. And my mother came running out of the house, screaming, her apron flailing, and going, God, what are you doing? You're embarrassing the family. What are you saying? I said, I'll tell you what I'm saying. The old drunk, that old filthy fool, who put his hands, or tried to put his hands on me last summer at the lake, peed into this lemonade that you have served us, Mother. And you'll notice I don't talk a lot of...
You get emotional.
It's very emotional.
You don't talk a lot about what?
I don't talk a lot about my mother.
Well, no, that was so what? Because your mother was always what? Peeing in a bowl?
Did I say it was my mother, for God's sake?
Pee in the bowl.
Shut your mouth.
All right.
I said to my mother, old man Darp, the creep down the street. And she sniffed it and she said, oh. And she lifted the bowl over her head as if she were nothing more than one of those boys that pack it in for you into the interior of Africa. And I say that with all due respect, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about the old colonial days. And I went to my room and I looked out and I said, I've got to get out of here. I needed to get out. I needed to get all the way to the FBI, which for me, you know, was Hollywood, Phil.
Your mother...
Oh, let's not play it back, Phil.
Yeah, basically, I got peed in a bowl.
Yes.
And you were the... Wow.
Well, I'll tell you what, Margaret, you got the nose of death there.
Well, it didn't take much. My father got home. He went up and confronted Darp.
His name was Old Man Darp?
His name was Darp or Dre or Drew, something like that. And,
Like Dr. Dre?
wow, that's not funny.
No, that's not even close to funny. Forget it.
Oh, don't you start bawling. Go ahead.
Well, that's all the story there is, Phil. And my father confronted old man Darp, and he shortly thereafter left the neighborhood.
Now, did you say he was trying to put his hands on you?
He got a little fresh, but nothing serious. And my parents had him over, I don't know. A lot of times my folks would have him over just for the drunken kicks. In other words, it was fun in those days. I would not recommend it now. I don't think people should do it now. But in those days, in the 60s, it was fun to have the town drunk come over and fall down and step over him. It was fun. It was amusing to watch him do things. Did you ever see McCabe and Mrs. Miller's The Town Drunk Dances on the Ice?
Yeah.
Well, that was old man Darp. So my father would say, hey, Darp, come on down here. Got a little drinky-winky for you. He'd lure him down.
Good, Margaret, that sounds like a horrible thing to grow up in.
What do you want from me, Phil? I worship the ground my father walked on.
Yeah, but you said you don't talk about your mother. Now, what about that?
My mother was a hysteric. She was an embarrassing hysteric with her apron flying everywhere and going, oh, oh.